What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new AEW Unrivaled Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy 2-pack. This is an Amazon exclusive, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. Alright, so first of all, it's always weird when a figure is released after somebody is no longer with the company. The Hardys are not with AEW anymore whatsoever. They're actually, at the time of recording, the TNA Tag Team Champions, with rumors of them going to WWE not too far away. So it's very weird to see some AEW figures from them, but regardless of that, let's go ahead and get into the figures. So these are Jazwares figures, which there is a common issue with them, unfortunately, and that is staining. And that's another issue, which we will talk about in a second, but staining is an issue. So you guys know I started these videos to talk about the accessories first. We'll get into the accessories and then we'll get into the figures themselves. So, Matt Hardy comes with this really nice Hardy Boys tank top, and I'm drawing a blank. I see the AEW logo down there. I'm drawing a blank on what this middle logo meant, if it meant anything at all. It's obviously 3 H's in a row, which is weird, but I cannot recall this exact tank top. So, that is that. This came on him in packaging with plastic wrapped around his abdomen, or the lower torso part. For Jeff, he came with this nice mesh shirt, which we have seen two times before from Mattel. It came with a Christian back in the day, and then it came with a Jeff Hardy and a 2-pack with Triple H. One thing I do like about this is the fact that it has the towel that hangs usually from Jeff's pants stitched into the back, so you don't have to worry about it hanging out the back of the Jeff figure plugged in like we saw from Mattel and earlier Jazwares figures. And I do like that a lot. But since these are cloth goods, they do stain. They look very good on the figures. I'll put a picture of them in packaging up on the screen now. They look great on the figures, but it does cause issues with the staining. We're going to address the staining before we get into the actual details of the figures, which besides that, the figures would be really cool, except for one minor QC issue that we can't blame overall. So, like I said, Matt was wearing the tank top in the packaging, and the plastic wrap was only on the abdomen here, which is fine. I don't know why it wouldn't be on the shoulders or the chest or anything, but it was only on the abdomen. So if you take off the part that the plastic wrap was actually on, we'll put that back on Matt there, you will see that somehow, miraculously, that is the only part of Matt that is stained. You see it on his right side there, on the back, and on the left side. And that is interesting, how you put something in there to prevent the staining, and it only stains the part on where the staining would have been prohibited. I don't know. It's weird. Then with Jeff, of course, he wore that mesh shirt in the packaging. So on the shadow, the shoulder, you see the mesh pattern there where it touches the figure. So that is unfortunate. That really is unfortunate, because I was looking forward to this figure. And of course, even if there was some mesh detail on the back, you're not going to see it because of the tattoos. You see the slightest little bit on the back of the shoulder there. You can't see it on camera, but you can in person. But the shoulder is stained there. And then you have the belly button area stained. His abdomen also has it's little dots. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but you can see it in person. Also, part of his dragon tattoo is carried over to the belly button, so that's definitely odd. But like I said, for the accessories, all they come with are the 2 shirts. No extra hands, so they are stuck doing the Hardy Boys pose. So let's go ahead and take a look at Matt. We're going to prop Jeff back up here. Matt, the head scan I did not like at first. It's growing on me. If I had to make one small complaint, it would literally be to close the mouth 10 to 15%. It's open a little too wide, kind of like the Chuck Taylor figure they made in Series 8. That's the only complaint. I like the way the hair sits. I like the gray in the beard. I think that's a nice touch because, let's be honest, the Hardys are getting older. I love the gray On the sideburns here, like you got the fade. I love the look of that. It would be nice to even have some gray in the back of the hair, the top of the hair, whatever you want to call it. I think that would have been great. But other than that, if the mouth was closed just a hair more, I would love it. But I can get down with this. As far as them not coming with other hands, you can just pop new hands on there. That is the great thing about figures in 2024. Every company has interchangeable hands, from the main companies to the independent companies that make their own, and it's unreal nowadays. It's amazing. I like this torso choice for Matt Hardy. I do like it a lot. It does what it needs to do. I can't pinpoint the actual torso. It might be the same one as his Unrivaled 4. Yeah, Unrivaled 4. I like the pants mold they used for that one too, but this pants mold here is the one that they introduced on their Unrivaled Jeff Hardy figure not too long ago. I did a review of it on the channel. I like this a lot. This is classic style Hardy Boys, or specifically Matt Hardy pants. I love the detail work on this. I love the black and red from the Series 4. I like this one a lot too. It does have the upper thigh swivel, which is nice. It has the boot swivel that's not at a boot, but it is cut into the pants, which can look a little weird, but you still have that rotation. My Matt out of the package had a little trouble standing. I don't know what the deal is with the feet, particularly on this mold, but as you see, the foot is like kind of I don't really know how to describe that. Like, if you put it in there how it's supposed to be, like under, then I don't know, the foot still is like arched real bad, but it is what it is. I do like this figure a lot. Obviously, I do wish there was better torso articulation on some of these Jazwares figures lately. If you go to bend him over, he just no real resistance and he just pops off like that. So that does suck. Let's see if he can kick forward. Oh god. He can kick forward pretty well, which Jazwares had an issue with that not too long ago. So that is nice. We'll go ahead and put him in like a delete pose. Since he doesn't have a pointing hand, we'll do that. I like that Matt a lot. Jeff, I am loving Jeff. This head scan is absolutely unreal. Love the screaming head scan. We got something like this from Mattel, but the hair wasn't as long as this. I do love the longer colored hair. That's what I think of when I think of Jeff Hardy. As far as like the figure itself, the tattoos on the back are insane. I do like that. We did just see that on a previous release though, which we talked about. That one had the bare arms, so you could see all the tattoos. This one has the old famous pantyhose look. I do like that a lot because, I mean, that's what you think of when you think of Jeff Hardy. And like I said, the tattoo on the side also is really, really nice with the drag and carrying on the ribs over toward the front slightly. A little more to the front when you had the QC issue. My only issue here is since there is no real detail on here, you do see that... not detail, like the paint details obviously, but there's a lot of extra like wrinkles in the pants that don't feel necessary. Like they wore baggy pants, but it's a little too much. Also, my Jeff, for whatever reason, I've fooled with the feet as much as I could, but in order for him to stand up, you have to have him, I know it doesn't come across that much on camera, but you pretty much have to have him at like an angle to where he will properly stand, if that makes any sense. It looks a lot more dramatic in person than it is here, but he's essentially having to like lean back, if that makes any sense. So that is unfortunate, but the head scan I love. I hate the fact that they're standing on the figures. I didn't even know Jeff Hardy had his whole entire, like, let me show you this. His traps and neck tattoo or neck area tattooed. That is pretty insane. I didn't know he had all that. Unless he had it on the other figure, then I probably said the same thing there. But I do like these figures. I don't want you guys to think that I don't like them. I know I got a lot of hate on my Briscoes review, and that was just because I thought that the quality was very poor on them. Nothing against like the Briscoes or what they tried to do with the figures themselves. It was just the quality was rough. But that is the Hardy Boys 2-pack. I do like them. I do recommend picking them up. They are shipping from Amazon right now. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy.